Okay, everyone, we're going to start our service in just a moment now. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Wishing everyone early a Shavua Tov, a good beginning to the week. As we begin our service today, I'd like us all to imagine we are entering now into the high holidays. This is the opportunity when our liturgy changes, when our nusach changes. And how we will be here today is going to speak volumes for the next couple of days. It is going to be our introduction into the high holidays today. So with that, we're going to start our first song today with Hinei Matov. Avi will be leading us. Chazan Lizni will be leading us with our first song of Hinei Matov.
Hinei Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How wonderful it is to be with you again as we think of starting another Jewish New Year, to be together in community and to do it with prayer and with music. Please join me in singing. Hinei Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov u'manayim 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov, Hinei Matov, yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Hinei Matov, Hinei Matov, yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Hinei Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. We continue on page 3 with the Ashrei. Please join me and the rabbi in chanting together. Page 3 of your red pen. Ashrei Oshrei Beitecha, Od Yehalalucha Selah.
Ashrei Am Shekaka Lo, Ashrei Am Shadonai Elochav.
Aromimcha Elohai HaMelech, Ve'avarcha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed.
B'chol Yom Avarchecha, V'yavala Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed.
Gadol Adonai U'Hulal Me'od, Ve'ligdulato Ein Cheker.
Dor Lador Yishbach Ma'asecha, U'Gratecha Yagidu.
Hadar Kevod Hodecha, V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha.
Ve'ezuz Noratecha Yomeru, U'Gratecha Aseprena.
Zecher Rav Tucha Yabi'u, V'tzivchatcha Yiranenu.
Chanun V'Rachum Adonai, Erech Alpayim Ugdo Chesed.
Tov Adonai L'Kol, V'rachamav Al Kol Ma'asav.
Yududecha Adonai Kol Ma'asecha, V'chazidecha Yivarchucha.
Kevod Malchucha Yomeru, וגבורתך ידברו.
להודיע לבני האדם גבורותיו וכבוד מלכותו.
מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור.
סומך אדוני לכל הנופלים, וסוקף לכל הכפופים.
עיני כל אליך ישברו, ואתה נותן להם את אוכלם בעתו.
פותח את ידיך ומשביע לכל חי רצון.
צדיק אדוני בכל דרכיו, וחסיד בכל מעשיו.
קרוב אדוני לכל, קרב לכל אשר יגרוהו באמת.
רצון יראיו יעשה, ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם.
שומר אדוני את כל אוהביו ואת כל הרשעים וישמיד.
תהילה אדוני ידבר פי, ויברך כל בשר שם קדשו לעולם ועד.
ואנחנו נברך ים יתה ביד עולם.
Hallelujah.
We now turn to page 7 of our Sidurims, page 7, where we're going to join together for the Hatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba B'yalma divrach yurtei yomlech malchutei B'chayechonu v'yoymechonu chayeta chol beit Yisrael Ba'agala ubizman kariv b'yemeru. Amen. Please rise. Yehei shmei Rabba mivorach Le'olam Eloi me'almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei l'kudesha b'rechu le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata tushpechata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'yemeru. Amen.
We continue on page 8 by singing Lechu Neranena. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Adonai. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Adonai. Naria l'tzuri shenu bizmirot narialo. Naria l'tzuri shenu v'kama fanav v'toda. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena. Lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai.
We now turn to page 10 for the translation for the throne of mercy. God sovereign, who sits on a throne of mercy, acting with unbounded grace, forgiving the sins of your people one by one, as each comes before you, generously forgiving sinners and pardoning transgressors, acting charitably and with every living being, do not repay them with for their misdeeds. God, you taught us how to recite the 13 attributes of your name. Remember the promise implied in these 13 attributes, which you first revealed to Moses, the humbled one. As it is written, God descended in a cloud and stood beside him, and he called the name Adonai. Now turn to page 10.
We now sing this refrain, Adonai, Adonai. And
You may be seated.
We'll repeat it a few times. So now is your chance to learn it and internalize it. So you can sing it with us later as we return to this again and again. The 13 attributes, Adonai, Adonai, starting on page 10. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachu
turn now to page 11 for Hashkivenu. Chazan Liznia will lead us in Hashkivenu.
Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Lenashuva, Lenashuva, Chadesh, Yameinu, Yameinu Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Benashuva, Benashuva, Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu Kekedem. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha, Benashuva, Benashuva, Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu Kekedem. Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu Kekedem. Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu Kekedem.
We now turn to page 11 of our Siddur readings. There is a responsive reading I'll be leading us with that begins with Return, all Israel. Return, O Israel, to Adonai our God. Return, all you have stumbled. For thus says the Eternal One, the Holy One of Israel, in returning in peace shall you triumph. In calm trust you shall find strength. Together.
Your strongholds in the Lord, shelter from the storm, shade from the heat.
Adonai, you let me return to you. You let me come to you, reach out to me. I am alone, empty-hearted, afraid of myself. Let me come to you, reach out to me.
Your shelter from the storm, shade from the heat.
Return, O Israel, to Adonai your God. Behold how The Eternal One does great things with God's people. Behold the Most High, who heaps miracles upon wonder. Return, O Israel, return.
Lord, stronghold to the poor, crown of glory to all who stumble and fall. To all the eyes in return.
Hazan Whitney will lead us on page 12 once again. Adonai Adonai.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Chaim V'Chesed V'Emet. Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Notzer Avon V'Fesha, V'Chata V'Nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Chaim V'Chesed V'Emet. Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Notzer Avon V'Fesha, V'Chata V'Nakeh. We continue on page 13 with the chanting of Lishmoa El Harina, also known as B'Motei Menucha. We'll start with the refrain, which we can join in together, and then follow along in Hebrew. Again, page 13. Lishmoa El Harina, El Harina Ve'el HaTfilah. Lishmoa El Harina, El Harina Ve'el HaTfilah. B'Motei Menucha Kidamnucha Techilah Hat Aznecha Mimarom Yoshev Tehillah. Together. Lishmoa El Harina, El Harina Ve'el HaTfilah. Lishmoa El Harina, El Harina Ve'el HaTfilah. Et Yemin Ol Torah La'asot Chayil B'tzedek Nekad V'nishchat Muro Ayil Knona Giz'o B'za'akam Be'olayil. Lishmoa El Harina, El Harina Ve'el HaTfilah. Lishmoa El Harina, El Harina Ve'el HaTfilah.
We join together once again now for a responsive reading found on page 14, To Face the Future. We look to the future with hope, yet with trembling, pondering the uncertainties which the future may bring.
Help us, O God, to look forward in faith and to learn from whatever the future may bring.
If we must face sorrow, help us to learn sympathy.
If we must face pain, help us to learn strength.
If we must face danger, help us to learn courage.
If we must face failure, help us to learn endurance.
If we achieve success, help us to learn gratitude.
If we attain prosperity, help us to learn generosity.
If we win praise, help us to learn humility.
If we are blessed with joy, help us to learn sharing.
If we are blessed with help us to learn caring.
Whatever the new year may bring, may we confront it humbly and faithfully.
May we know the serenity which comes to those who find their strength and hope in Adonai. We're going to now turn to page 16. This time we're going to rise for Adonai, Adonai. Chazan Wisnia will lead us in the full version this time.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanu, Erech Apayim V'Rav Chesed V'Emet, Notzer Chesed La'alavim, Notzer Avon V'Fesha V'Chata V'Nakeh, Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanu, Erech Apayim V'Rav Chesed V'Emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Notzer Avon V'Fesha V'Chata V'Nakeh, V'Salach L'Avoteinu U'Chatatenu U'Chatanu, Slach Lanu Avinu Ki Chatanu, Mechal Lanu Malkeinu Ki Fashanu, Ki Ata Adonai Tov, V'Salach V'Rav Chesed L'Chol Korecha.
You may be seated. We'll join together now for the responsive reading of Shema Kolenu in English on page 7 of our pamphlets. Here, 17, page 17. Hear our voice, Adonai our God, be kind and have compassion for us, willing and lovingly accept our prayers.
Turn us towards you, Adonai, and we will return to you. Make our days seem fresh as they once were.
Do not cast away from you. Do not take your holy presence from us.
Do not cast us away as we grow old. Do not desert us.
Together.
Do not abandon us, Adonai, our God. Do not distance yourself from us. Give us a signal of hope, so that we will understand and hesitate, knowing that you have been our help and comfort.
Hear our words, Adonai, and consider our innermost thoughts.
May the words of our mouth and the meditations of our heart be as I meditate. Oh, yeah.
It is for you we wait. Surely you will respond, Adonai, our God. Avi will lead us in our next prayer. Page 20.
For Ashamnu, you will hear the alphabet of woes, the confessions of our sins that start with the first Hebrew, the first letter of each sin is in alphabetical order in Hebrew. And please join me, and if you feel, as is our tradition, sometimes to beat your chest with each word that we say, we think of the wrongs that we did. Page 20. And you can repeat after me as we chant together Ashamnu. Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu Dofi, He'evinu, Vehirshanu, Zadnu, Chamasnu, Tafalnu Shaker, Ya'atznu Ra, Kizavnu, Latnu, Maradnu, Niatznu, Sararnu, Avinu, Hashanu, Titanu.
Titanu. We now turn to page 21. Page 21, we once again have a responsive reading for Hodieni. Tell me, God, my end, the measure of my days, that I would know how fleeting my life is.
We walk about like empty shells, all our efforts add up too little. We pile up possessions, but don't know enough to help our lives.
What then should I hope for, God? Only that you shall save me from the consequences of sin. Zan Wisni is going to lead us in our song for Hodieni on page 21.
Hodieni, Adonai Kitzi, Umidat Yamai Mahi, Eda Mechaderani, Eda Hodieni, Adonai Kitzi, Umidat Yamai Mahi, Eda Mechaderani, Eda Ach B'Tselem Yitalel Ish, Ach Hevel Yehameu, Yitvon Velo Yedam Yosman. Hodieni, Adonai Kitzi, Umidat Yamai Mahi, Eda Mechaderani, Eda Mechaderani. Ve'atama kiviti Adonai, tochalti lecha hi Adonai. Ve'atama kiviti Adonai, ve'alti lecha hi Adonai. Ve'atama kiviti Adonai, tochalti lecha hi Adonai. Hodieni, Adonai Kitzi, Umidat Yamai Mahi.
We now turn to page 22 of our pamphlets. Page 22 of our pamphlets. We rise for Ki'anu Amecha at this time as we open the ark.
Yeah.
Ki'anu Amecha ve'ata Eloheinu Anu fanecha ve'ata Avinu Anu avadecha ve'ata Adoneinu Anu kehalecha ve'ata chelkeinu Anu nachalatecha ve'ata goraleinu Anu tzanecha ve'ata roeinu Anu farmecha ve'ata nodreinu Anu ve'ulatecha ve'ata yotreinu Anu rayatecha ve'ata dodeinu Anu segulatecha ve'ata kroveinu Anu amecha ve'ata malkeinu Anu ma'amirecha ve'ata ma'amireinu.
You may be seated. We now turn to page 23, Promonana, page 43, page 43. 23, I'm sorry, page 23 for Rachmana, page 23, Rachmana.
Let us chant this prayer together, and just as we beat on our chest for Ashamnu, we beat with percussion, this percussive beat that reminds us of the beating of our heart. Rachamade anede anelani anena Rachamade anede anelani anena Rachamana de ane ledvire liba anena Anena Rachamana de ane ledvire liba Anena Anena Rachamana de ane lami anena Rachamana de ane lami anena Rachamana de ane ledvire liba anena anena Rachamana de ane ledvire liba anena anena Rachamana de ane anela miye anena. Rachamana de anela miye anena.
We now turn to page 24 of our Sidurims for Kaddish Shalem. Page 24 of our Sidurims. We rise for Kaddish Shalem. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitdash shemei rabah. Ve'alma divrak rutei v'yamlech machutei v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agala v'zman karim v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevarach v'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shemei kudesha berechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Titkabal tzlachon ubachon dechol Yisrael kadom ubachon dishamaya v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We're now going to turn to Yigdal. Yigdal is on page 25 of our pamphlets, page 25.
26.
It's in 25 in Hebrew, and I think in transliteration it's on page 26. So if you want to read into Hebrew, it's on page 25. Transliterated, it's on page 26. You may be seated at this time, and I'll prepare our shofar before the very end of our service. Chazan Liznia, please lead us in Yigdal.
All right. Please join me on either page 25 or 26, whichever you can best follow along with. And there's a lot of Hebrew, so whichever makes you comfortable. Please chant with me together. Yigdal Elohim chai ve'yishtabach nitzav ve'ein et el mitziuto echad ve'ein yachid keyichudo nelam ve'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf ve'eino guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon ve'en reshit le'reshito hino adon olam lechol notzar yoreh gedulato malchuto shefan nevuato netano el anshe segulato v'tifarto lo kam be'Yisrael kemo she'ot navi ma'abit et emunato Torat emet natan le'amoel al yad nevio neman beto lo yachal lifa'el ve'lo mirdato le'olamin le'zulato tofeh ve'yodea setareinu mabid le'sof davar ve'kadmato gomel le'ish chesed kemifalo נותן לרשע רע כרישתו, ישלח לקץ ימין משיחנו, לפדות מחקקת ישועתו. נצים יחייאל ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדעת שם תהילתו. נצים יחייאל ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדעת שם תהילתו.
We will now be sounding the shofar before we conclude with our closing song for this evening. You do not need the microphone for this. That would be quite too loud.
Tekiah Gedolah.
Thank you. We will conclude our service. We conclude our service with Gesher Sar Me'od. Chazan Wisnia will be leading us with Gesher Sar Me'od as our very concluding song.
As we enter into this new year together, we end up right back where we started, but maybe certainly a little older. None of us can escape that, hopefully a little wiser. But the future, although it is uncertain, may sometimes seem scary. These Hebrew words say, the road ahead may be like a narrow bridge, scary, and it is easy to be afraid. But the trick is not to be afraid and to go ahead with confidence and with courage. Let us all go forward into this new year with confidence and courage. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar me'od. Yes, this is not in your pamphlets, but I'll sing it enough times that you'll catch on.
Oh, good.
It's a very simple song. You'll catch on.
And if the Hebrew words are still evading you, all you need to do is clap your hands when we get to the chorus. Here we go. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo, all the world. Gesher tsar me'od is a very narrow bridge. Gesher tsar me'od. Here's where we can clap our hands together. The trick is not to be afraid. Ve'aika, ve'aika, lo lepachad, lo lepachad kal. Ve'aika, ve'aika, lo lepachad kal. Yalla, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la. Gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo, gesher tsar me'od, gesher tsar me'od. Ve'aika, ve'aika, lo lepachad, lo lepachad kal. Ve'aika, ve'aika, lo lepachad kal. Yalla, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la.
Shkoyach. Shkoyach. Well, Shavua Tov, and wishing everyone. I'm looking forward to celebrating the new year with all of you very soon, and wishing everyone soon, very, very soon, an early Shana Tova. Shana Tova.
Shana tova.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you all again soon.